Compromise, the subtitle, How the New Trump Administration Has Aligned with Israel's and Africa's Enemies. The Trump administration has made it public that it is sanctioning South Africa, among other things, for its role in taking Israel to the International Court of Justice, accusing Israel of genocide. The fact, however, is that Iran and Qatar and Hamas and these other terrorists are the ones who are bankrolling this actual move. South Africa's government, the ANC, is the puppet on the stage, but the strings are being pulled by Qatar and Iran. And how the Trump administration's sanctioning South Africa, which we have no problem with that. If you read the article, and you'll see one of the things I mentioned in there, that Olga, who's a Black South African national, would take her own government to task when it came to its anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism, again from the ANC. Not speaking for the vast majority of Black South Africans, like the vast majority of Sub-Saharan Africa, are Christians and who support Israel. So this is not about President Trump not calling out the Black South African. No, absolutely not. So for the ones who are always trying to take me to task, Pastor Misani, you have to understand that the reason why the Trump administration is doing this with South Africa, we understand because you have to understand Qatar, they're this player, and this is how it is on the chessboard, the 4D chess and the chess. And we need to understand that, President Trump, he's going to refrain from this with Qatar because he's got a bigger plan in mind. He's got this bigger goal. And I'm sitting there listening on that and going, I've asked this question to all the smart people in the room over and over again, and there's never an answer. If they're going to take South Africa to task and ignore Qatar, then why even bring up the ICJ case? Are you following me? If you're going to arrest the hitman who carried out the hit, but you're not going to arrest the guy, the mob boss who sent him to the house to make the hit, you look like you're afraid of the mob boss. If you're going to take to task the person who did it, but not the person who bankrolled it, who masterminded it, you look weak, you look feckless. And each person that asked that question has zero answer. If the Trump administration is going to take South Africa to task for the ICJ case for Israel, against Israel, and ignore Qatar, why even do it at all? Where Qatar is concerned, you're pretending like it doesn't exist. So do the same thing with South Africa. It makes you look like you're afraid of the Qataris. And do you know what the smell of fear does in that part of the world? Do you know what jihadists do when they know that you're afraid? They pedal to the metal. When those two young Israelis that were killed, assassinated on the streets of Washington, D.C. a few months ago, Qatari state media laughed. They cracked. We want some more blood in it. So again, and there's no free press in Qatar. There's no free press in Gaza. That was the Qataris. The Qataris were mocking us. So when you then take South Africa to task, Mr. President, with all due respect, and you ignore Qatar, it makes you look weak, Mr. President. It makes us look weak, and it makes us more vulnerable.